What's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Hope you're having a great morning. I know most of you know that I don't do videos in the mornings very often, and I will mention that this video is going to be more so of a quick update of the overnight models. I'm really going to talk about areas of the Mid-South, and we're going to briefly touch on the Northeast and talk about how this system is trending. But areas of the Mid-South, I'm talking Tennessee, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, could really see a winter storm from this, especially areas of Tennessee up into southeastern areas of Kentucky. So we're going to give you the latest information. Not going to get super deep into this, not going to hold you up long this morning. The detailed video will follow this evening. First off, I want to say thank you all for the amazing support. What's odd is you see this right here with my subscribers. I hit 10K last night around 9 p.m., but then I woke up this morning and it's like my subscriber count had glitched a little bit, and then I was like about what it's showing right now. So I know I'm going to hit it today. I just want to say I love you guys so much. Thank y'all for supporting a kid that just has a passion to talk about the weather. So y'all give me that platform. So I really appreciate it, guys. I really do. So let's get going. Not going to hold you up long this morning. You see these areas in this weird blue kind of teal kind of color, if that is teal, that is winter storm watches. Honestly, I thought they would have already been up for areas like Nashville, but if you're in Tennessee, expect these to begin to drop even as far south as Huntsville, Alabama. I really think you're going to start to see winter storm watches. And there's so many pieces of this puzzle here. This is our northern stream prompting winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings here in the Midwest. And then you have the cold air pumping out some moisture, some blizzard warnings up for areas of the upper Midwest. But we're not going to talk about that much here. But winter weather advisories for a little bit of freezing drizzle up here in the Northeast and areas in the Mid-Atlantic. But expect these winter storm watches to start popping up. If you got alerts on your phone or whatever, expect some alerts today here in Tennessee. Heck, maybe even areas of Alabama and Mississippi. But going forward, we're gonna breeze through this very quickly. I'm not going to hold you up long as far as the specifics on totals. I'll make my final call tonight in this evening's video. But we'll look at the latest GFS and check it out. Shows a nice band of, I would say, heavy snow in certain areas in Tennessee and Kentucky. And then you see these pinks. This is actually a little bit of freezing rain and sleet from northern Alabama. Huntsville, Alabama, y'all might be cold enough for a little snow, but this comes together quick enough for even northern areas of Mississippi. So it's going to be an interesting event to see how this comes together. You keep going here in time. Heavy snow. I think this will be the epicenter to the heaviest snow in this system right here in West Virginia, meeting up with Kentucky and Virginia. I really do. This is going to pump out some heavy snow in this area. Moving forward here, becomes the big question mark that we've been talking about for a couple of days now. How far northwest will this storm get? We'll watch trends today. I'm not going to get deep into that, but the more northwest this low pressure ticks, I think the heavier the snow is for areas like New York City up into Boston. This is still looking like a nice event for Washington, D.C. and Virginia. Honestly, I thought this was going to tick more northwest already, and you guys would get left out. But this is going to be a nice moderate event for y'all, maybe a few inches of snow. Still watching Boston for a big system. So that's the latest GFS, the latest European. Look at this popping off as early as tomorrow morning. In fact, overnight hours. That's an area of freezing rain in northern Alabama. That could get dangerous. This is going to be a decently cold system for Mid-South standards. So light to moderate snow breaking out, maybe a band of heavier snow setting up over from central Tennessee to eastern Tennessee as you're getting into the evening hours tomorrow. Still some leftover moisture in northern Alabama for tomorrow afternoon. And then look, the epicenter of the heaviest snow is going to be in West Virginia, areas of southwest Virginia. And it keeps going here, it keeps kicking here. And then we watch right in here for this band of heavier precipitation depending on how far northwest this low pressure kicks in. We get a little bit closer view up here. Watch in right here. How far will this system get northwest? That's still a question mark, but this is very close to a major and significant event for Boston. But right now, looking more like a moderate event. You take a look at the NAM, and we'll look at this really quick. This is a pretty big band of heavier precipitation showing up on the NAM for late tomorrow morning in Tennessee and early tomorrow morning. This would get Memphis in the mix. Going forward here, this brings some heavier snow even into Tennessee and definitely some heavier snow into Kentucky. And as this low pressure kicks up, heavier bands of snow, this would move into the Ohio Valley, some heavier snow. So watch out here. And then look at the NAM for the Northeast as you get into wee hours of the morning Friday. This brings this pretty close. This would be a pretty significant snowstorm for areas even in New York City to Boston. So we'll have to watch to see it happens. As far as snowfall accumulations, we'll breeze through this really quick. Look at it. You look at the GFS, this is pumping out a few inches statewide in Tennessee. Nashville showing as much as 6 to 7, well, 5 to 6 inches or so. This purplish areas is 4 to 5 inches. This would be a significant event for Tennessee, even showing accumulating snow in areas of Alabama. But watch out for the Delmarva area. The GFS wants to say, y'all, the jackpot of this storm also, again, just like 2 days ago, y'all could get more snow. I know there's still more snow on the ground in this area. Y'all going to get snow falling on top of what already snow is on the ground moving forward. But if you look at the GFS for the Northeast, you guys, it doesn't show it getting close enough for this to be a significant event for y'all. Things could change today. It really could. As far as the European, a more widespread area of the European, look at this event for Tennessee. You know, it trips me out. Y'all getting another event. I'm a little bit jealous, but it kind of leaves out Washington, D.C. points northeast. Kind of like gets dry slide almost, but the European is a little bit more significant than the GFS with, 4 to 6 inches for the southern New England areas. So we'll watch that. We keep going here and we look at the European a little bit closer. 3-4 inches widespread in the whole entire state of Tennessee. The only area of Tennessee I think that might get left out for accumulating snow is maybe western areas of the state where the system just starts cranking up and getting together. But I think extreme areas of northern Alabama, Huntsville points north, and the areas kind of in that around that area could get accumulating snow from this. I really think y'all can. And I haven't mentioned the mountains much, but areas like Gatlinburg could be a hot spot again. I think from what I'm hearing from all the people who've commented, y'all picked up from anywhere from 7 to 9 inches from the storm that hit. Not a lot of people's talking about that, but y'all got hit pretty good. Watch out for a heavier band of snow that sets up from southern Tennessee all the way up through West Virginia. And that's where it's going to be a potential frontogenesis kind of setup where you have a heavy band that pivots in this area. And but a closer look at the European that kind of screws over this area a little bit of the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. We'll have to watch that because the last couple European runs have shown that. But as far as a little bit closer look up here, you look at Boston and places like that. It's very close to a much more significant event. But Boston, for European standards, it says about 4 inches, but areas down here is showing a little bit more, so we'll continue to watch that. Looking at this, I'll briefly talk about the ice, and I mean, you see the little bit of an ice showing up here in Mississippi and Alabama. That's not being talked about much, but it's a real possibility, guys. Maybe it glazed as much as a tenth. I doubt you're going to see a 1/4 inch of ice, but we'll watch. But there is an ice risk with this. I really think winter storm watches are going to get prompted all the way into northern Alabama, maybe northern Mississippi today. I really think there are at least winter weather advisories. But this is the European ensembles. We'll stop it here, but it pretty much matches its operational run. So we'll give you the latest and probably last update tonight. We'll get very specific. Stick with me. Thank y'all for the amazing support. Gotta take my kids to school. They are going wild. And God bless all y'all.